hair could have been longer than it is today, but because of certain silly mistakes that I made over the years, she's still got a long way to go. Today, I'll be sharing these mistakes with you.
So save yourself.
I made these mistakes so that you don't have to. So consider me your personalized guinea pig. My first mistake was not understanding what type of hair I had. I still have it. But over the years, I found out that it's not all about finding out your hair type, but it's also important to find out your hair porosity. Porosity? Porosity. Porosity. So it's important to find that out. Once you find that out, you will now be able to select the correct products that go with your hair. Because I used to select all these different types of products that had no business being in my hair. Now let's talk about heat. I used to blow dry my hair every day, and I used to use the flat iron almost every day. Don't do this. You're damaging your hair. And if you're going to be using heat, did you know that there are products out there that protect your hair from heat damage? I didn't know anything about this, but now you do.
If you didn't know.
I would also recommend blow drying your hair at a lower temperature. It will take a while. It will take a while, but it's safer. Now let's talk deep conditioning treatments, moisturizing routines, scalp negligence, and relaxers. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to hate getting my hair relaxed by somebody else because it hurts. Just the whole process of them splitting my hair apart while it has growth. With that being said, I used to relax my own hair. Now, the problem with that is I used to not relax it properly, which led to me having to re-relax it again, which is a big no-no. So conclusion, if you can't do it properly, just leave it to the professionals. Now, you also need to remember that your scalp is also important and is your responsibility to look after. For example, basing your scalp is also important because I used to forget to do that. Okay? I did. Same can be said for moisturizing your hair. Okay, a little bit of a confession. So back in high school, I used to, because I was very lazy to do my hair in the mornings. It used to take a whole process. It was annoying. So I thought this was like a cheat, like a cheat method for me or whatever. But so basically I would moisturize my hair on Monday and then I'd be like, I should be fine until Friday. Just moisturize your hair. Treatments and deep conditioning is something that I just didn't have the time for. So I thought. Now, if I were to list all the reasons why you should do it, this video would be long. And then you'd get bored. And then you would leave. I don't want you to leave. I don't. What I will say is that even though it won't make your hair grow longer, it will strengthen it. So just make time for it. Let's talk about not trimming my ends. So I didn't like to trim my ends because
I just didn't want it to mess up the length of my hair.
Not realizing that not trimming my ends is not a smart move either. Matter of fact, it's actually a worse move to do. Now that I think about it, I kind of look silly whenever I would put my hair in a high ponytail, and like the split ends and the unevenness would just make my pony look like the leaves of a pineapple. That was so weird. So just trim those ends if you are brave enough to do it yourself, okay? That's a story for another day. Leaving my braids in for too long. Another silly mistake I made, which is ironic because I didn't even really like braids that much. I wasn't really a fan of them, but yeah, I grew to like them. You see this picture over here? That is all the hair I lost from leaving my braids in for too long. We had to do a whole funeral for my hair. They will be missed. It was so sad. So learn from my mistakes. The recommended number of weeks you should leave your braids in is about 8. Yeah, it's 8 weeks. So once you've reached 8 weeks, just let them go, let them go, let them go, let them go. Oh, and just a little tip, utilize protective hairstyles during the winter season. So I'd say that braids are a great idea for the winter season because it keeps your ends and your hair protected from the coldness, which causes dryness and breakage, which is not our friend. And the list goes on. Not wrapping my hair up at night. So the only time I would wrap my hair is when I had braids, and when I didn't have braids, I would sleep with my natural hair unwrapped. because I thought I just looked silly, especially when I would go to a friend's house and I was like the only one who had like a bonnet on her hair or a pantyhose. If you know, you know. So, conclusion, just wrap your hair up when you sleep. You don't want it to break, to frizz, and it's really there to help you. So help it help you. So there you have it, mistakes I've made with my hair, which could have been avoided. If you've made similar mistakes or any mistakes that I didn't mention in the video, let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you all. Make sure to like this video and to subscribe for some different types of videos every week. We don't stick to the same content here. I get bored easily.